Welcome back to another episode of Smooch Spill, Smooch Ice Cream's brand new podcast hosted by me, Shauna Doyle. In today's episode, we are going to be responding to some of your secrets, confessions and life moments, iconic ones, embarrassing ones that you wish never happened, with the one and only fashion challenge queen, Charleen Murphy. We also get to know Charleen a little bit better. We're chatting about her career, future plans for the summer, relationship advice and all that good stuff. So make sure to keep on listening and let us know what you think. Welcome back to another episode of Smooch and Spill, and today we have Charleen Murphy again. We actually recorded with Charleen already and we had so many technical difficulties and we nearly had more there, but we managed to resurrect ourselves. So we're back again with Charleen and we have some amazing secrets that were sent in. I have a few on my phone, Charleen has some, and we're also just going to get to know Charleen a little bit better. So I'm sure that you all follow her already because she's like an Instagram queen, fashion, beauty, and just the most amazing feed I've ever seen in my life. You actually were on a very exciting trip recently. Tell us about that.
So I was away with my new agency, so Muse, the agency they're called, and we went away with them and Looks to Kill, which is a brand that the owner of the agency owns, and we basically was doing loads of content. It was just basically a content trip, loads of nice food. We stayed in this amazing villa. It was so good. It was mad to be brought away, and like I feel like so soon in my career I didn't think something like that was going to happen. So, but yeah, I'm delighted. It was really, really good. So nice. It was in Portugal, so Lisbon in Portugal.
Fab. And did you know a lot of the girls before you went there, or were they did you know none of them?
Oh, I actually knew none of them. So I was so nervous going. I was like, what if they're all friends? Everyone knows each other and stuff, but they were all so lovely. Everyone's so welcoming, and a lot of them didn't know each other as well. So it was kind of new for all of us, which was really nice. But yeah, no, they were lovely, and it was just nice to be around kind of people doing your job and stuff. Because I feel like in Dublin, especially recently, with no events and stuff, you don't really get to do any of that. So being around all the time was nice for a few days.
Definitely. And were they all from UK or kind of all around the world?
They were all UK. Oh no, sorry. They were most of them were UK, and then two of them were from Spain. So it was nice to have that mix as well and kind of meet different people. And they were from all over the UK as well. It wasn't just one place. But yeah, no, they were all lovely. Definitely made some great friends over there.
I know, and even since the last time we spoke, you're after reaching 100k, you have a new agency, you're after going on a trip, you're a brand ambassador for a new tan. Is there anything else exciting coming up? Do you have any other plans for the summer or big collaborations in the works?
Oh, there was meant to be something happening. Well, it is still happening, but just a little bit delayed. It was meant to be already, it was meant to be already out and stuff by now. But yeah, something's coming hopefully the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping all going well. But we're hoping delays and stuff like that. So there's something big, but I can't say yet what it is. So yeah.
Oh my God, that's exciting. And can we have a hint? Is it more fashion or beauty related, or can you not say? Well,
it's more fashion related, I'll say.
You're known for your fashion challenges. When you do a fashion challenge, it blows up. Yeah, and you always come up with brilliant themes. How would you get your inspiration for the different days and stuff?
I just think of things that I might like to wear, or fun themes and fun things that you kind of want to do. Because sometimes on Instagram, I feel for a lot of people, they find oh God, what do I post? There's no excuse to post something. Whereas with this, you just do a really fun theme, and then you've your excuse to post your bikini that you've always wanted to wear. You've excuse to post your night out outfit that you didn't get to wear that time. I feel I just get a lot of my system in the fashion challenge. I get to be really creative for the week, and it's just nice to do it a few weeks and get people involved, and it really makes people inspired and stuff, which is really nice. And everyone really comes together, and all it's really cute.
Yeah, because I love when you do them, because my whole feed is literally just Charleen's fashion challenge the whole way down, and that's why I thought I hadn't started yet, because I haven't been on my phone since the long weekend. I've literally been night out. I haven't been on my phone yet, so I'm gonna have to go and look at the hashtag. I love doing that. I actually find a lot of new people to follow from going into the hashtag and seeing all different people's kind of, I suppose, ideas and takes on the looks.
They're amazing. They're so creative, and all. I'm I think it's like that, but they're all just, they put so much into it, and I'd love for everyone to win. The prizes are only small and stuff, but I still hate picking people. I'm I just want everyone to win, but they're all just so creative, and we're doing it since the very start and all. And it's just so nice to see it. It's supportive for me as well, which is lovely.
Yeah. When did you do your first one? It was actually ages ago now, wasn't it?
I think it was the first lockdown. Really? Yeah, I think it was the first lockdown. So to find something to do, and I seen one of the girls do it. It was Naomi. She done a makeup challenge. I was there's no fashion challenges. So I was I started one, and it just blew up because everyone was so bored in lockdown. People wanted to start it and stuff like that. So I think it really got people creative and thinking as well. And I always do use stuff I already have 90% of the time, just so I can kind of like obviously rewear stuff and like style things differently and stuff like that. And I kind of challenge myself that way to look at my wardrobe, style myself that way instead of getting new outfits for it. So that's definitely a good part of it as well, to be more sustainable and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Because I even get like that sometimes. I'm like, I really want to like rewear this, but how do I do it? So I love seeing when other people do like some restyling videos and pictures and stuff, because it actually does make you think, being like, I have something similar to that. I could like rewear it in this sort of a way. But I suppose, other than fashion challenges and Instagram work and all of that, what are your plans for the summer?
I actually haven't got much planned. Like I definitely want to go to Ibiza or in August, or Marbella. One of them, and then just I suppose just focus on my Instagram. And now that I'm full time and stuff, it just feels so good to be able to do it when I do it as much as I want and stuff, and to have the freedom even like to go to Portugal and like just be able to work from my phone and not have to ask for time off work and all. It's just such a lovely feeling to just have your own thing to do and just not have to answer to everyone. Like it's just so nice. And I get my results for college on Friday as well, so hopefully there's no repeats in there. I don't think there will be, but that could be a summer plan. But other than that, yeah, I hope to go like travel to a few places, just have a good summer, but also like work hard, because I do love working, so I'd never like just stop doing stuff like that.
Unreal. And do you have any staycations planned? Or are you more of an abroad kind of girl?
I'm more of a broad kind of girl, but me and Dan are going to book to go. I think we're going to Farran, and we were meant to go last week, but he got called up to play for the Ireland team, so we actually couldn't go because he was obviously away for that. So we're going to go to Farran, I think, in 2 weeks, and then tonight we're going to Castleknock Hotel. I've never been, but it's so nice. We're going to go there. We always go. So he's only back since last night, so we're going to stay there.
I know, and even like to what you were saying about going to the hotel, it's just so nice to have normality back, isn't it? What are you looking most forward to, the pubs, the hotels, or the shopping?
I actually didn't miss the shopping that much. Like I do a lot of online shopping, so
I
it wasn't like
to say you're more of an online shopping person, aren't you?
100%. Like when I went in, I was like, oh, like Penny's obviously you need your socks and your knickers and stuff like that. But other than that, I could definitely live without shops. Probably the restaurants. I love going there for a meal. I do love that. So definitely that. Pubs, like, yeah, but I'm more pushed on the restaurants, definitely. I just love that. And I was in town last night and there was people sitting outside eating and it was sunny and it was just such a weird thing to see, but it also felt so normal. Like it doesn't feel out of place. It feels lovely and everyone's just so happy.
It feels just like good vibes, doesn't it, when you go out and you see like everyone out and just it's a bit of normality. Actually, I know there's probably going to be Dublin people listening, and I always get asked about like where is good to like eat or drink or like go in Dublin. I never know any of them besides like Sophie's, so give us some recommendations before we move on.
So I love the Port House for tapas. It's so good. Port House, that's on South William Street. I love Fire, which is like steak and stuff like that. I love Soul, and that's like fish and everything. Then for drinking places, I think Sophie's is nice drinking. Alfie's just cocktails as well. Where else? I'm trying to the other side of town. What's that one called? Oh, the Hard Rock is open now, isn't it? The Hard Rock Hotel. I'm sure that has a nice place inside. I haven't been yet. That would be nice. And then TGI Fridays as well, to be nice for cocktails. But 37 Dawson Street as well. And along Dawson Street has a lot of good places. That was me and Dana's first date, so that always holds special part.
Smooch ice cream is available in 180 stores nationwide. You can find your local Smooch by visiting www.mysmooch.ie.
We're going to get into the secrets. I'm going to leave you go first anyway, because we have loads of them there and no doubt you'll pick an outrageous one, so feel free to have a scroll through and pick whatever one you like.
Someone basically said they went to Longitude and they called in sick for work to go, and the next day their boss was like, and how was Longitude? Because the boss's son seen them at Longitude.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, not directly, I don't think, but I did call in sick. I went to Hideout in Croatia and I booked it the day before because I just had FOMO and I was like, I need to go. But I was meant to be in work all weekend and I rang them and I was like, I'm sick, I can't come in. So I rang in sick for the whole weekend from Croatia. They probably hear like the dial tone of it being from abroad. But yeah, that was bad. But yeah, I'd be more proud. Imagine someone doing that to you.
I know.
I'd actually not.
I think it would be nearly the more embarrassment of getting caught, you know. I feel like a lot of people do it. And like back to what you said, that's the good thing about when you work for yourself. You're like, I'm going and no one can stop me.
Exactly. And like as well, I'd say like managers and all expect it. You know, weekend VP, they're probably expecting a few calls, but it has to be done.
Went out for dinner with a friend and walked out after leaving the bill €70 short. We were both very drunk, so we didn't realise the waiter was chasing after us. He literally caught up with us and we had to go back in to pay. Never ever going back to that restaurant.
Oh my God, I wouldn't either. I never would again.
And you know what? The thing is, it probably was literally an accident, but it depends on, I suppose, like where it is and like who the waiter is. Like they might have thought, but it's unusual that they just left it like short. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like if they were doing it on purpose, they wouldn't have paid it all. So hopefully they didn't get in trouble. You know, one time I was in shop in town and I was trying on like sunglasses and I had like loads of them in my hand and I probably had them like hanging off me and everything because I was like picking them up and trying them on. And then I literally ended up walking out of the shop with a pair in my hand. And I was like halfway down the street and I was like, oh my God, they're in my hand. Like they had no security tag on them or anything. But I don't know how I just managed to walk out and they didn't beep. And I literally ran back. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I literally was trying on sunglasses. Like I was here 5 seconds ago. I literally bought a pair as well. So how didn't they see me walking out? I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And your man was like, well, we won't get you in trouble this time. I was like, I literally could have kept walking, like, but I brought them back. It was a complete accident. I literally robbed something by accident and then ran back as fast as my legs could carry me. I was like, I am so sorry.
When I worked at BC all the time, they'd have like, obviously not on purpose, but do you ever get when you're trying on a bag, you're holding a bag you're gonna buy, you put it over your shoulder, like holding an umbrella, stuff like that always happens. Like so I can't believe he was like, we'll let you off at this time, as if you done it on purpose. Like
I know, and the thing is, if I did do it on purpose, I would have just kept walking. Like the hardest part, I suppose, of stealing something is that you get caught, and the fact that I was halfway down the street and no one had noticed. Imagine if I just looked behind me and there was a fella chasing me, and I was like, I'm coming back.
So if someone said that they ran into a post box while walking on the footpath.
A post box, as in like the ones that you went mail into.
Yeah, I think so. I always run into like trees now because check it out when you're on your phone and you look up and like there's like a branch in your face, like oh.
Yeah, I do that too, especially when I'm like walking through town on like a really busy day and you're like looking at your feet and you're like trying to like dodge people except you're on your phone. Yeah. My mom's always like, look where you're going, and I'm just like walking into everyone. So I can see how that happened, but a post box probably would have hurt. Or imagine a bus stop, like smash your head.
Oh, knock yourself out.
I know. And you're kind of into like fitness and stuff, aren't you? You go to the gym and all that jazz.
Yeah, I'm just back from the gym now.
Sporty girls.
So the last 12 weeks I've been doing a plan with my coach, so just at home workouts, and I'm actually so glad I've done that because it's after getting me really like ready to go back into the gym. So I was gonna be like, oh, wait till the gym's open, but I was like, no, I'm gonna stop putting it off and actually get my shit together, like actually start working out and eating better and stuff. And I just think now I'm making such better like not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. It's like I'm making such better choices what I eat. Even when like I was away in Portugal, I was getting like some salads and stuff, but not to the point where like, oh, I want to be really skinny. It's more that I like how my body feels when I eat good stuff because it just doesn't blow out. Like it's just I'm like craving things now that like actually I still have good spice bag and stuff like that, but I'm craving things like that make me feel good and make our nutritious as well, because I feel like we owe that to our bodies to be a little bit.
And you definitely feel better. Like I find if I do like a week of just like eating crappy, I just have no motivation and I just feel like bleh. Whereas like especially in the summer, I find that I eat better. I don't know why. I think it's probably because when it's really hot, you don't want like something like big and hot. So like I would feel like I get like I don't know a salad or sandwich or something. Whereas in the winter, I'm like, give me the spice bag, give me the Chinese, give me the ramen, and I'm like, I'll eat it all.
Literally. And as well, I feel like you have so much more energy. I have so much more energy now, and like I sleep later, I wake up at the same time. Like I used to be so like drained all the time, probably college and stuff as well, but like I just feel really good. And I check in with him every week, so I kind of keep myself in check because I need someone to report back to, or else I wouldn't do it if I didn't have someone like I'd be like, let's just slide this week, or like, but he keeps me kind of like like that.
Okay, this one is outrageous. I was babysitting for a friend's baby, changed his nappy and put him down for a nap. Then I went to make myself some lunch and I thought there was peanut butter on my hand, so I licked it off. It just wasn't peanut butter.
Oh my God. No, that is absolutely
I know, my gag reflex is literally like,
No, I'd get sick. I'd actually have to get sick and never eat again and never look at that child again either.
oh
No. I used to do childcare in college for a year before I done marketing. I dropped out with that, but I couldn't cope with the babies pooing everywhere. I just was like, no. I was like, how am I gonna manage my own one? Like, they just have it all up their back and be like green. I was like, no, I can't, get me out.
Oh, I couldn't cope with that either. Okay, I'll leave you go again. I'm after spotting a really funny one that I'm going to do next.
So I went to my boyfriend's house for the first time. When I was parking my car, someone overtook mine and took the spot. I got out of the car. I told them I was first in line for the spot and under a lot of time pressure. So could they please move? The man shouted at me to F off and that he had enough shit on his plate. Turns out it was my boyfriend's dad. So that's how we met. Oh, no.
No, I would die.
That gives me the fear. Do you know, that's actually a fear I have is, like, say it's actually such an irrational fear, but crashing into someone, like the back of someone, and then getting out of the car and be like, what the hell, like that, or like they're crashing into you, and then you know them, like that gives me. I think about it every day. I do. I'm like, is this? And like, I'm just like, no, that would be so awkward. I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah,
no,
that would be so awkward. Like now that you're after saying that to me, I don't even drive, and I'm like an immediate ick.
New fear unlocked.
New fear unlocked. Wait till you hear this one. I dunked my brother in the pool for ages and then realized it wasn't my brother at all. Like she was literally holding his head underwater.
Oh my god.
Imagine no. Swimming along and then randomly this one is just like trying to drown you.
I'd say that happens quite a bit. I feel like all little boys look the same as well when they're younger, so you're just like dunking someone that's not your child or your son.
That'll be you and I meet now. You'll just be swimming along and someone will dunk you under. Okay, let's do one more each.
She lives in Australia and she came back a few years ago with her new boyfriend. When she introduced him, we actually both knew each other. He used to go out with a friend of mine. They broke up years ago after he cheated on her quite badly. Anyway, he acted as if he didn't know me at all. And I was taken aback, so I went along with it. Afterwards, he made me swear not to tell my sister we knew each other and leave the past in the past. I never told her.
Oh my God. I would literally don't even know what I would do. See, that sort of stuff just freaks me out.
That's like something I have a film though, about when you meet each other and you're like, oh, like, hey, nice to meet you. And they're like, they've already met. But like, that gives me the fear of God. I can't like.
Very awkward.
No.
This one
the world. Small. The world's too small for stuff like that. That does happen a lot of time.
I'd say a lot of people end up like accidentally meeting like long distance cousins and like stepbrothers and stuff. Like I remember doing one of these before and someone literally writing in being like that she got with like her half brother or something that she just didn't realize it existed. I was like, oh, okay. This one's another good one. And I actually remember whenever I was on placement, like again, doing early years, like in schools, if I ever had to like plug in my laptop and like put it on the screen, I'd always like turn off the screen while I was logging in because you don't even know what's going to turn up. You know what? It's like you're on your laptop every day and nothing bad ever pops up. And the one time then you have it on a like screen, it would. So this person said, I had a Zoom call with a new colleague in work. Googled him before the call and then we had to share screens and my search history came up and he called me out on it.
Oh no, the worst part is that you called her out. I wouldn't say, I'd be too awkward to be like, why did you look me up? I'd just be like, oh my God. I'd be like scared. But like, no, that's typical stuff like that happens. That's technology for you.
I know. I literally used to remember like being in primary school, like as a student, and like the teacher would like plug in her laptop to put on like a movie or something, and we'd all be like waiting for her to like log into her emails. Like, what did we think we were going to see at like 8 years of age? We'd be like, who's she emailing? Did you ever get like that? She'd be like proper nosy.
Be like, oh, she's getting few emails. Like, what? We can't even read at that age, barely. I don't know what we were looking for.
I even remember yeah, I remember in secondary school, like the H-tips coming in and doing that sort of thing. And they'd have like their Facebook tab open. And, you know, the way you would never know like teachers' names on like Facebook or Instagram because they do them in like Irish or like back to front and stuff. And then we'd all go like looking them up afterwards. We'd be like, we know their Facebook name or like their Bebo name back in primary school.
It was just like the biggest deal back then. Like, even knowing their first name was like, oh, did you know that was their name? Like, it's so funny.
Or like
so funny when you're that age.
Yeah, or like seeing a teacher outside of school and you're like, you do the groceries? You go out?
Literally, you leave your house, you live outside of school.
So thank you so much for re-recording with us, Charleen. And we got through loads of secrets, and we actually got to know you very well and your plans for the summer and career and even some relationship advice. So thank you so much for re-recording with us. And thanks so much to everyone who sent in their secrets. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. Thank you to everyone who sent in your secrets and iconic life moments. Charleen for getting involved, and Smooch, of course, for hosting such an amazing podcast. Not only do we have the podcast this week for you guys, we also have the launch of the Smooch and Spill merch. So that is available on the Smooch website now too. We hope you enjoyed the merch and you enjoyed this week's episode. We'll talk to you again soon.